Hello YouTube, RJ. Well, remember in the last video we built the AR488 controller and interface, and we gave them a little test. They worked great. Now I need something to put them in. Obviously we need a case for this so things don't get shorted out. And even this interface, you've got bare connections here that could get shorted out on things behind your meter or whatever. Probably a good idea to protect them too. So what I did is I jumped in to the computer and fired up Rhino 3D and catted up some stuff. I started out with the case for this, and I'll go ahead and show you what I came up with, and then we'll show you how it came out, and then we'll jump back over. I'll show you what I did for this, and we'll show you how that came out. So let me jump over on the computer and show you in CAD what I came up with for this thing. So okay, so here we are in Rhino 3D. And you can see right here what I've catted out for a case for this thing. And we'll get over and we'll look at the rendered view here. And what I've done is I've built a case with the hole for the IDC plug, the IDE connector to go through for the ribbon cable, and a notch for the USB connector. And then the top is notched to cover the plug. And if you look, this top is upside down to make it printable. There's a lip that drops down inside the main case, and it looks like there's holes here, but I filled them. I was going to put screws through and threaded inserts for that. That ran into a lot of problems, and I realized that you're not going to be in and out of this case all the time. So I came up with the idea of fill the holes down here. These M3 screws were going to be so long, they were going to be special order, and it was just got into it's just not needed, as you'll see when I show you the case. What I figure is a drop of, super glue in the corners here, put it on once you've tested your unit out, and you're good. It'll still pop loose easy enough if you need to pop it off, and you can put a little more glue on and put it right back on. If you were getting in and out all the time, it would make sense, but it just isn't worth it. So you can see I've got some raised bosses for the board. These are holes for M3 by 4 millimeter inserts to go into for screws to hold the board. So, that's what you've got. This is the top of the case here where your plug will come through for your ribbon cable. Your USB will plug in over here, and this top will flip and go on the bottom. So it's pretty straightforward. Of course, this stuff takes a little bit of time to work out. And I'm not going to sit here and say I designed this, I printed it, the first time it was perfect. No, as usual, I got done. Things were a little too tight. The hole here was a little bit to one side too much and a little tight. There wasn't enough lip. I put too little lip here. It really didn't snap down and center this lid good. It had way too thin, so I added a little more material here. I tweaked it around and had to do it a second time, and it came out. Now, the second time, it had the holes in it still. You'll see that. I changed and re-sliced it, so the STL files that I put up for these boxes for you guys will not have these holes in it. That's what we did. Let's jump over the bench, and let me show you how it turned out. Okay, we're back on the bench. Here's our finished box and our cover, and you can see that fits nicely on there. Now notice there are some tiny holes here that won't be in the STL file that you download if you decide to build one of these, because I'm not going to use screws, as I said. And so the board, there's your cable fitting. Your board drops down in. You notice that I've put M3 inserts, hot inserts, melt inserts in. So the board just drops in, and then we just have to I put washers on. Just have to put our screws in. I believe these are M3. I think they're M3 by 5 or 6. And I put, shouldn't tighten this stuff up until you get them all in there. But so they're, I can't believe, I think they're 3 millimeter by 6 millimeter, and I put a little washer on them. Maybe 5 is probably ideal. 6 is pushing right at the limit. So you will need those if you build this case. But you can see it goes together pretty straightforward. And then we'll get the top on. And that's if I can get the screws in. Let me get a pair of tweezers. Help me out a little here, maybe. Come on, get over there. Get in there. All right, one more. Got that together. And that will be our that'll be our controller. And then I can show you, I'll jump on the computer real quick, show you quick 3D what we designed up for the interface board, which was a little more thinking to come up with a good solution there. But screwed in, and I could snug all 4 of them down. Okay, there you are. There's our plug for our cable. And you can see this is notched to cover that. It's got a rim around it that drops in, and actually it kind of stays together on its own pretty good. But a couple drops of glue would take care of that, no problem. And so there you are. There's your USB interface. Let me see my cable will reach over here and get on camera. And that will fit in there just fine. I just heard it ding on the computer. I don't know if y'all could hear that. And I know my cable's not going to reach over here far enough to show you, but you just plug your cable in and there's your controller. You're in fine business then. So like I said, my thought is to do this right here. And now that mine's done, I'm going to do that. Take a little bit of gel super glue and just put a little, if I can get it, this is about out. Maybe I can get some out of it. Yep, I don't even want that much. Just a drop. Just a drop. Like I said, this thing fits so well. Couple drops like that, and then we can snap this thing on. And in a minute or so, you're permanent. You're on. It ain't coming off. Okay, there's your controller. That's what it looks like. I'll set her out of the way because we've got the interface to do now. So I'm going to jump over on the computer and show you what we did in CAD, and then we'll be right back to put the interface together. Okay, here we're back on Rhino 3D again. This is the actual interface cover. You've got your 2 holes for your cable connectors, and you've got just a square plate for your cover. And we can look at it from the perspective better here. This is how it comes out. You can see there's a groove that runs all the way on 3 sides. You've got your holes for your cable connectors to stick through. And then you've got a plate that slides in this slot. And works very well. Slides in with a little bit of work to push it in, and then it's you'd have to work to get it off. It'll stay there right on. All right, we're back, and so here's what they turned out. I've got 2 of them done, and again the ST files will be. I'll put them in the Dropbox. Put links for them for anybody building these that need a case. But how this works is we don't want this to short out on anything, right? So what this does, this pops down over, just drops in like this. And then this piece here is slightly longer in one direction, and you want it this direction. And what you do is you just get that started in that slot, and it'll kind of slide in with a little bit of pressure and kind of snap. And when it does, there you are. Nothing can short, nothing's in your way, plugs into the device just fine. This cover is not going to come off. You have to really work to get them off once they're on, once you push them in all the way. And it covers everything that could short out. Makes you a nice little, this plugs in your meter, got your cables, you're good to go. So it was that simple. So hope that kind of fills you in. Hope you like what I did here. Hope it'll be helpful to you. I hope some of you need some of these. Like I said, putting this stuff up in the store. By the time end of this video, right here, they should be in the store. I don't have very many up there, so if anybody's interested, get them now. They'll probably be gone pretty quick. And if don't panic if you don't get any, because if we sell out of this, I'll turn around and order some. You might want to post comments or send me an email and let me know, hey, I need 3 of these or 2 of those or whatever. Just remember that for every controller you order, you're going to need 1 controller, but you're going to need 1 of these for each device you want to control. So we'll sell the few I have, and if they go and people seem to want some more, I'll get some more ordered and get them in here and get them kitted up for guys. So hey, thanks for hanging out for this. Hopefully wasn't too long a video. I always say that. My videos are always too long. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. But most of all, I hope to see you in the next video.